Good morning, and welcome to the Portland High School Senior Assembly. It is my privilege and honor to present to you this morning the class of 2002. Will the audience please rise? Mr. Griffith. Remain standing for the singing of the national anthem by Angela Choptovy, Veronica Mueller, Aaron Smith, Ariana Soda, Kevin Swinson, and Scott Young. Mr. Aaron Smith is on the keyboard.
Oh, say can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. That was absolutely excellent. Thank you so much. Will the class of 2002 please be seated? On behalf of the entire Big Red community, I congratulate you on another job well done. Fond memories of the class of 2002 will live on long after you've left us to begin the next chapter in your life. Please continue to reach for the stars while keeping your feet firmly planted on the ground. We thank you for sharing your high school career with us, and we wish each of you the best that life has to offer. At this time, Mrs. Stoneburner will come forward, Port Huron High School Curriculum Director, and present department awards. Mrs. Stoneburner?
Thank you, Ms. Barrett. It's my pleasure to announce the department award winners for the class of 2002. As I call your name, will you please rise and remain standing? And audience, I ask that you hold your applause until I have announced all the names. The departmental award winners are, for Language Arts, Crystal Clore, Amy Hart, Megan Kraft, Melissa Raymond, and Elizabeth Rutledge. For Yearbook, Stacy Thayer. For Performing Arts, Tracy Dobbs, Catherine Simmons, Michael Recker. For Performing Arts in the Drama Club, Veronica Mueller, Aaron Smith, and Tara Smith. For French, Angela Pohl and Elizabeth Rutledge. In German, Amy Hart and Megan Kraft. For Spanish, Heron Stanley. For TV Production 1, Justin Williams. For Newspaper, Melanie Landshut. In the Fine Arts Department for Drawing is Crystal Brown. Painting is Adam Hoskins, and Mixed Media and Sculpture is Jennifer Hartman. For Co-op Education in the Business Office is Melissa Barish. For Co-op Education Marketing, Nicole Loxton. For Co-op Education Marketing and School Store is Brad Maxon. For Co-op Retailing, Lance Campbell. In Band, Danielle Campbell, Dan Caswell, Earl Hanselman, Amy Hart, Megan Kraft, Elizabeth Rutledge, Aaron Smith, and David Zarling. For Choir, Brandy Standeffer, Kevin Swinson, and Jeremy Yeager. In Industrial Arts, Katrina Melbourne. For the Life Skills Department, Doreen Kuby. The Mathematics Marilyn Fiedler Award is shared by Amy Hart and Megan Kraft. The Thomas Case Award is shared by Joseph Provost and Ryan Westbrook. In Chemistry is Angela Pohl. For Physical Education male student, Justin Shagney, and female is Marie Inch and Amber Lauderdale. Congratulations, ladies and gentlemen. And now it's Mr. Rob Dureca's turn to announce the Perfect Attendance Award. He's the assistant principal here at Port Huron High School.
Good morning and congratulations to all of you. I have the pleasure to introduce 3 students today that have perfect attendance for all 4 years of high school. Perfect attendance is quite an accomplishment when you look at the big picture all students are faced with. Getting to this point has required all students to face many challenges, times when Mother Nature hasn't been cooperative, rain, sleet, snow, 80-degree days. It's made it difficult for all of us to come to school, but they've made it. There have been hundreds of chapter tests, there's been group projects, exams, and thousands of daily assignments, and never have they had to stand before Mrs. Hendrickson. Cold and flu seasons have taken a toll on student attendance. There have been unforeseen surprises like the day when the car really doesn't start, or working in those doctor appointment and dentist appointments. They've been able to do that. And throughout it, they've been able to make it every day. Additionally, all three of these individuals have never missed a day since middle school. They've been from 6th through 12th grade every single day in school, these three individuals. At this time, I'd like to recognize two of them because I have something special for the last one. Would Brad Foltz and Alyssa Struble please stand and be recognized? Take a seat, please. And the last individual, I did mention that we have three. This individual has never missed a day of school since she started school. K through 12, 2,350 consecutive days, right around there, without an absence. Brandy Warsella, would you please stand and be recognized? A job well done, thank you. At this time, I'm going to move on now, and I have the pleasure to introduce Major Rose M. Gay from the United States Air Force, who will present a special award today.
Good morning. Joining me in this presentation today are Brigadier General Cutler, the commander of the 127th Wing at Selfridge Air National Guard Base, and Chief Edwards of the 191st Maintenance Squadron. They both work with Tech Sergeant Hart, Amy Hart's father. Before I proceed, I would like for Amy Hart to please come join us on the stage. I would like you all to know that the competition was especially tough this year for Air Force ROTC scholarships. Over 13,000 high school seniors from across the United States applied for the scholarship slots available. We are extremely selective in making our offers. Amy is joining a very special and select group of young adults. The majority of our scholarships cover full college tuition, provide money for books, lab fees, incidental fees, and also provides a $250 monthly allowance. And that amount increases to $400 by the time the student is a senior, and it's not taxed. It's paid during the academic year. The estimated value of scholarship may exceed $100,000, and that will depend on the type of scholarship offered and the school the student decides to attend. The bottom line is the result of a scholarship is a commission in the United States Air Force. On behalf of Brigadier General Paul Hankins, Commander of the United States Air Force, Officer in Sessions Training Schools, I would like to extend a hearty congratulations and a certificate of recognition to Miss Amy Hart.
Thank you. And now we would like to recognize our National Merit Awards. And once again, students, when your name is called, would you please stand and remain standing until all names have been called? And audience, if you would hold your applause until they've been called, we would appreciate that. National Merit Finalist Scholarship, Megan Kraft. National Merit Scholarship, Avon President's Club Scholarship, Adam Roach. National Merit Finalist, Amy Hart. National Merit Outstanding Performance, Stephanie Collins, Glenn Hart, Ryan Westbrook. Congratulations. Moving on to college scholarships, two-year scholarship, Baker College Career Scholarship is being offered to Nathan Arnold, Cassandra Brown, Chris Feeney, Christina Kuby, Doreen Kuby, Amanda Lemke, Jenny McTaggart, Christina Mescal, Tanika Price, and Randy Shreve. Business scholarship from Baker, Shannon Albert. Co-op scholarship, Ryan Gordon. DECA BPA scholarship, Amy Lemke. Board of Regents scholarship, Jenny Chapdelaine and Brian Chemin. St. Clair County Community College. Board of Trustees grant and Helen Alexander scholarship, Amanda Tetro. Board of Trustees scholarship, Brandy Warcella. Honors scholarship, Amy Hart, Megan Kraft, Adam Roach, Elizabeth Rutledge, Ryan Westbrook. Port Huron Rotary Scholarship, Ariel Russell. Moving on to four-year scholarships, Adrian College Trustee Scholarship, Stephanie Collins. Aquinas College Presidential Leadership Scholarship, Grant and Women's Soccer Scholarship, Amanda Jock. Central Michigan University, Board of Trustees Honor Scholarship, Joni Crawford and Courtney Warner. Board of Trustees Scholarship, Kara Proctor. Centralis Gold Award, Megan Kraft. Grant for Freshmen, Joni Crawford, Jason Hendrickson, and Courtney Warner. Eastern Michigan University, Recognition of Excellence Scholarship, Lisa Crimmins. Regents Scholarship, Rebecca Cooley. Merit Plus, Lisa Crimmins, Rebecca Cooley. Ferris State University Residential Life Scholarship, Mark Guskey, Danielle Angie. Dean's Scholarship, Sarah Lynch. Tuition Scholarship, Spaghetti Bridge Competition, Kristen Banker. Grand Valley State University Award for Excellence Scholarship, Danielle Campbell, Sarah Lynch, Adam Roach. Faculty Scholarship, Sarah Lynch. Hope College, Merit Alumni Honor Scholarship, Amanda Jock. John Hopkins University, Bloomberg Scholarship, Amy Hart. Kalamazoo College, Honors Scholarship and Competitive Scholarship, Amy Hart. Kettering University, National Honor Society Scholarship and Grant, Stacy Thayer. Academic Achievement Scholarship, Earl Hanselman. Michigan State University, Valedictorian Scholarship, Elizabeth Rutledge. Student Merit, Amanda Duncan, Joshua Gratton. Alumni Distinguished, Glenn Hart, Megan Kraft. Professional Assistant and State Scholarship, Amy Hart. Michigan Tech University, Board of Control Scholarship, Kristen Banker. Northern Michigan University, Scholars Award and Valedictorian Scholarship, Elizabeth Rutledge. Merit Excellence, Angela Pohl. Olivet University, Leadership Scholarship for Freshmen and Honors Scholarship, Danielle Campbell. Pratt University, Portfolio Scholarship and Grant, Crystal Brown. Purdue University, Academic Success Award, Megan Kraft. Freshman Scholars Merit Scholarship and Valedictorian Scholarship, Elizabeth Rutledge. Saginaw Valley State University, University Scholarship, Jennifer Bailey. Presidential Scholarship, Athlete Track and Field Scholarship, and Foundation Honors Scholarship, Adam Roach. Spring Arbor College, Presidential Award, Stephanie Collins. Truman State University, Pershing Scholarship, Amy Hart. University of Iowa, Valedictorian Scholars and National Scholars Award, Elizabeth Rutledge. University of Michigan, Regents Scholarship, Elizabeth Rutledge, Ryan Westbrook. University of Michigan Grant, Kristen Banker. University of South Carolina, Cooper Scholar Award and Lieber Scholars Award, Megan Kraft. Western Michigan University, Academic Medallion Scholarship, Jennifer Bailey, Megan Kraft, Adam Roach. Yale University Scholarship, Amy Hart. Congratulations. And a list of other scholarships, including the following: Larry Crosby Student Council Leadership Scholarship, Amy Hart. Please stand, thank you. Howard A. Atchison Memorial Scholarship, Kristen Banker, Glenn Hart, Adam Roach. Aid Association for Lutherans, Angela Poole. Andrea Dupuy Memorial Scholarship, Nicole Selby. American Legion Guy Wilson Scholarship, Kaylee Bays. Army College Fund, Neely Kelly, Katrina Melbourne, Aaron Zupsich. Young American Bowling Alliance, Bill Vincent Memorial Scholarship, Adam Roach. Blue Water Academic Team, Amy Hart, Megan Kraft, Elizabeth Rutledge. Cargill Sons and Daughters, Angela Pohl. Comcast Leaders of Tomorrow, Brad Foltz. DARE Good Citizen Award, Amy Hart. Eastern Michigan Bank, Jennifer Boucher. Elks Gold Key Scholarship, Stephanie Collins. Girl Scout Gold Award Scholarship, Kristen Banker. Justin L. Evans Memorial Scholarship, Haley Coulter. Justin L. Evans 4-H Memorial Scholarship, Stephanie Collins. William Fowley Scholarship, Nicole Selby. James T. Krieger Memorial Scholarship, Amy Hart, Angela Pohl, and Adam Roach. Chris Kurzweil Scholarship, Kristen Banker. Chris Kurzweil I Have a Dream Scholarship, Crystal Brown, Jason Charlton, John Delgado, Jared Johnson, Amber Lauderdale, Talia Nichols, Melissa Thomason. LDM Technologies Dependent Scholarship, Wesley Doan, Jessica Sherrard. Dr. Thomas Lee's Family Eye Care Scholarship, Megan Kraft. Charles I. McCoy Memorial Scholarship, Haley Coulter. Michigan State Bowling Association Richard Fletcher Scholarship, Adam Roach. Mueller Brass Scholarship, Kara Batchelor. National Honor Society, Amy Hart, Megan Kraft, Elizabeth Rutledge, Heron Stanley, Stacy Thayer. NWTF Scholarship, Glenn Hart. Navy College Fund, Mark Fowler. PHEA Scholarship, Glenn Hart. Port Huron Scholarship Assistant Program, Crystal Brown. Prestolite Endowment Scholarship, Brad Foltz. Quiz Bowl Scholarship, Roger Smith. Robert C. Byrd Honor Scholarship, Amy Hart. St. Clair County Association of School Boards, Jessica Sherrard. St. Clair County 4-H Thane Minor Memorial Scholarship, Earl Hanselman, Sarah Lynch. George D. Smith, Lindsay Eschker. Society of Women Engineers, Kristen Banker. Society of Plastic Engineers, Elizabeth Rutledge. Tom Smith Memorial Scholarship, Tara Smith. James T. Wilhelm Memorial Scholarship, Jason Hendrickson, Amber Lauderdale, Danielle Richard. Women's Life Insurance Society Merit Scholarship, Stephanie Collins. Yearbook Scholarship, Jessica Albert, Melissa Barish, Scott Dwyer, Marcy Morrison, Ariel Russell, and Stacy Thayer. Young Man of the Year Scholarship, Jared Johnson. Young Woman of the Year Scholarship, Crystal Brown and Heron Stanley. Once again, congratulations. And now Mrs. Stoneburner will announce the MEP Merit Award winners from the senior class.
I now have the honor of announcing the Michigan Merit Award winners. These students have achieved outstanding scores on their MEP test. Once again, as I call your name, will you please rise and remain standing? And audience, if you'd hold your applause till all the names have been announced. Stacy Addy, Jessica Elbert, Kalina Armstrong, Nathaniel Armstrong, Scott Atkinson, Kara Batchelor, Nicholas Batchelor, Jennifer Bailey, Kristen Banker, Callie Bays, Jonathan Beam, Melissa Barish, Jason Black, Cassandra Bodice, Amy Booth, Danielle Campbell, Lance Campbell, Daniel Caswell, William Shemin, Jacqueline Churchill, Crystal Clore, Stephanie Collins, Rebecca Cooley, Haley Coulter, Joni Crawford, Lisa Crimmins, Justin Daggett, John Delgado, Whitney Damon, Paul Dion, Todd Demetrician, Wesley Doan, Tracy Dobbs, Susan Dooley, Michael Dudish, Amanda Duncan, Scott Dwyer, Lindsay Esker, Jessica Evans, Christina Everhart, Megan Fieldler, Brandy Finch, Adrienne Fleury, Nicole Fochman, Bradley Foltz, Stephanie Fries, Gerald Gratton, Joshua Gratton, Mark Gusky, Earl Hanselman, Brandon Harshman, Amy Hart, Glenn Hart, Michael Helmreich, Amy Henderson, Jason Hendrickson, Christopher Hill, Stephen Holman, Adam Hoskins, Patrick Yan, Timothy J., Amanda Jock, Neely Kelly, Laura Kempf, Megan Kraft, Christina Kuby, Corey Kerr, Melanie Landshut, Zachariah LaPinta, Michelle Lee, Sarah Lynch, Danielle Matthews, Marquita McDowell, Katrina Melbourne, Tara Miracle, Veronica Mueller, Jessica Monroe, Brian Nelson, Danielle Angie, Teresa Orr, Elizabeth Pelletier, Angela Pohl, Monica Porritt, William Prentice, Kara Proctor, Joseph Provost, Michael Recker, Ashley Rose Ream, Danielle Richard, Adam Roach, Elizabeth Rutledge, Jessica Rotowski, Valentine Saff, Brooke Schnur, Heather Seitz, Nicole Selby, Justin Shagney, Jessica Sherrard, Timothy Sheraton, Randall Shreve, Catherine Simmons, Aaron Smith, Darcy Smith, Roger Smith, Tara Smith, Ariana Soto, Philip Spencer, Heron Stanley, Alyssa Struble, Patrick Suyak, Amanda Tatro, Stacy Thayer, Melissa Thomason, Megan Thompson, Stephen Wagger, Courtney Warner, Ryan Westbrook, Joseph Wisco, Eric Wold, Danielle Wynn, David Zarling, Aaron Zubcic. Ladies and gentlemen, would you please join me in congratulating them? Job well done. And now, there will be special awards given by Mr. Semmelsberger.
On behalf of the Athletic Department, I'd like to congratulate the seniors on their outstanding achievements and to present these special awards. The first awards I'm going to give out are awards that are given out annually by the Athletic Department to outstanding seniors. The first of those is the Reed Laughlin Award, which is given out in memory of Reed Laughlin, the former athletic director at Port Huron High School, and is given to the students who have displayed the most improvement in their attitude and abilities over the 4-year period of time. This year's winners are, for the female, Chandra Thomas, and for the male, Aurelio Pena. If you guys would please stand. Again, I'll ask you to hold your applause till all of them are read. The next are the University of Michigan Award, which is the top award that's given out by the Athletic Department. This goes to student athletes who have participated in 2 or more sports over their careers and have maintained a high grade point average. This year, all 3 winners were 4.0 students. For the females, there were 2, Amy Hart and Megan Kraft, and 1 male, Adam Roach. The James Ullenbrook Award goes to the most versatile athletes. These are athletes that have competed in 2 or more sports over their careers and also maintain high grade point averages. This year's winners are, for the female, Chrisandra Miles, and for the male, Adam Hoskins. The U.S. Army Distinguished Athlete Award this year goes to Megan Kraft and Adam Roach. The Michigan Army National Guard Award goes to Amber Lauderdale and Jason Charlton. The Yale Schiller Sportsmanship Award goes to Amanda Jock. The Channel 7 Brightest and Best Award goes to Amy Hart. Also just handed to me hot off the presses here. Each of the United States Marine Corps recognizes high school athletes who have displayed courage, poise, self-confidence, and leadership both on and off the field of play. On behalf of the Commandant of the Marine Corps, I am pleased to present the 2002 Distinguished Athlete Award to Amy Hart. The Community Foundation of St. Clair County Youth Advisory Council Awards goes to Christy Krug and Nicole Selby. Detroit Free Press Michigan Scholar Athlete Award to Adam Roach. Detroit Free Press All-State, All-City Honorable Mention, Amy Hart. The Michigan High School Athletic Association Scholar Athlete Awards, Adam Roach for boys cross country, boys track and field, and boys basketball. Amy Hart for girls basketball. Megan Kraft, girls basketball. Ryan Westbrook, boys golf. Scott Dwyer, boys baseball. Amanda Jock, girls competitive cheer, girls soccer, girls cross country. Nathaniel Armstrong, ice hockey. The Scholastic Art Gold Key recipient is Crystal Brown. And Women's Life Insurance Award, Amy Hart, Megan Kraft, Adam Roach, and Elizabeth Rutledge. Let's give all these students a round of applause. The next awards I would like to present are the Presidential Academic Fitness Awards. These are for students with 3.5 and above grade point averages. Amy Hart, Megan Kraft, Adam Roach, Elizabeth Rutledge, Ryan Westbrook, Stephanie Collins, Joseph Provost, Angela Pohl, Joshua Gratton, Scott Dwyer. Megan Thompson, Callie Bays, Kristen Banker, Danielle Campbell, Amanda Duncan, Melissa Barish, Stacy Thayer, Rebecca Cooley, Tara Smith, Aaron Smith, Glenn Hart, Sarah Lynch, Courtney Alexander, Jennifer Bailey, Brian Nelson, Earl Hanselman, Kara Proctor, Joe Wisco, Monica Port, Heron Stanley, Jenny Jep Delane, Lisa Crimmins, Kara Batchelor, Michelle Lee, Brian Shemin, Amanda Jock, Jessica Albert, Nicole Loxton, Zachariah LaPinta, Brooke Schnur, Crystal Clore, Danielle Richard, Catherine Simmons, Jessica Evans, Ashley Rose Reen, Scott Atchison, Crystal Brown, Veronica Mueller, Nicole Selby, Michael Recker, and William Shemin. Let's give all these students again a round of applause. At this time, I'd like to have the following students come up to present the senior class song, Please Remember. It will be performed by Whitney DeMann, April Matthews, Aaron Smith on the piano, Brandy Standifer, Earl Hanselman, and David Zarling are the guitarists, and it'll be signed by Megan Fiddler and Teresa Orr.
will leave behind a lifetime we'll never know again. Please remember, I was there for you and you were there for me. And remember, please remember.
Thank you, students. Great job. And now it's my privilege and honor to introduce our principal, Mr. Ron Moline, to give out special awards.
Good morning, class of 2002. Your day is here. It has arrived and we are very proud of all of you. I'm speaking for the entire faculty. Each and every one of you sitting here this morning has accomplished a great deal. You have won all the awards. However, we will be recognizing a number of special awards this morning, and I know not every name will be called, but you are a winner for being here this morning. There will be continuous awards coming into beyond today, and we will tell you about these awards Wednesday morning. It is my privilege to be able to welcome all the parents who are with us this morning and to say good morning to the underclassmen. I would also like to recognize our special guest and thank them for being here. And if they would stand, and would you please hold the applause until all names are called. Mr. Jeff Stout, Board Trustee, Mr. Tom Miller, the Assistant Superintendent, Mr. and Mrs. Paul Blackney, sponsors of the Blackney Scholarship. I'd like to give these people a nice round of applause. As well as all the alumni for being back here this morning. Welcome back to Big Red Country. For the class of 2002, the last 4 years and the past 13 years have involved a great deal of hard work on your part. But this could not be accomplished without the help of others. At any given day in Big Red Country, there are 125 people working to make a positive impact on your sons and daughters. I would like to personally thank my administrative staff, Ms. Barrett, Mr. Dureka, Mr. Sembelsberger, and Mrs. Stoneburner for their contributions. I'd like to give them a nice round of applause at this time. I'd also like to give a special thanks to some specific staff. When I read your name, would you please stand and remain standing until we recognize all of you. The 2002 class sponsors, Mr. Bob Haas, Mr. Jeff Story. Our counseling staff, Tracy Anderson, Kara Bagley-Rand, Bob Haas, Jerry Hart, Steve McKelman. And the homeroom teachers, George Popa, Glenn Meek, Mike Pyack, Jackie Gusky, Larry Winters, Sue Falk, Carol Whitaker, Carol Raymond, Debbie Hutchins, Rock Stevens, Kurt Baker, Juan Hernandez, Brandy Kindle, Arlene Gravitt, Vicki Vandervoorty, and George Moser. Also a thank you to Mrs. Stein, Mr. Hodge, and Mr. Vandenberg for putting this program together. Let's give them a nice round of applause. The awards I will be presenting now are the Wall of Fame Awards. Every person who receives one of these awards will have their names forever placed on the Wall of Fame. But before we start, we would like to present two very special scholarship awards. These two plaques are already on the Wall of Fame. However, we also have individual plaques for each of the scholarship winners. When I read your name, please come forward and please hold your applause until we have given the plaques to the students. The first is the Madeline Tillman Terry McMillan Scholarship. Terry McMillan, who is a famous author, in honor of her mother, Madeline Tillman, created a scholarship for Port Huron High School. Terry McMillan graduated in 1969 from Port Huron High School and has instituted a scholarship for two seniors each year having outstanding academic credentials and who plan on going to a four-year college. At this time, I would like the following two students to come forward: Crystal Brown and Heron Stanley. Let's give these students a nice round of applause as they go back. Great job, girls. The next scholarship is the Willard C. Pauline H. Blackney Memorial Scholarship. And with us this morning are our last year's recipients, Chantel Miller and Doug Prevost. And before I bring them up here, I want to say a few things about the Blackneys. I've had the opportunity over the last 10 years to talk to Tina and Paul about the scholarship, and we're very excited because they take the time each year to fly up here to personally give out the scholarships to our two students. And we're very proud about that. But this year, Paul's older brother, Willard, passed away. And with him passing on, and I need to let you know that he was a Big Red. He graduated from here in 1950. He was a very active student, and back then he was involved in the camera club, the science club, and the student staff committee. And when the graduating seniors graduated in 1950, they had a nickname, and Willard's nickname was the Chatterbox. And this is what we're all about at Port Huron High School. It's a family concept. The pride, the tradition, the excellence continues to go on because of people like the Blackneys. And I personally like to give them a nice round of applause for doing this again. In honor and memory of Willard, what they're going to do now is institute a third scholarship. That means we're going to have 3 Port Huron High students receiving a scholarship. That is extremely awesome, and thank you, Tina and Paul. At this time, I would like Doug and Chantel to come up and present the winners.
Congratulations, seniors. As Mr. Willing told you, last year Doug Prevost and I received the Willard C. and Pauline H. Blackney Memorial Scholarship. As he also mentioned, this year 3 seniors will be receiving the scholarships.
Each scholarship is $4,000 given out in $1,000 increments over 4 years. This scholarship winners are Glenn Hart, Rebecca Cooley, and Kristen Baker. Can you please come up?
We're very proud of all our students. The following are the Wall of Fame awards. Florence Weiss Citizenship Award. A responsible citizen may not necessarily be an excellent leader. In this case, they are. A good citizen is loyal to his or her school, class, community, and family. He or she is conscientious and cooperative. He or she is not necessarily a top student, in this case they are, but is known to work to the limit of his or her ability. He or she is of good character, friendly to all. At this time, I would like Megan Kraft to stand. The Marjorie Meleitner Leadership Award. Leaders are not born, but developed through the right combination of personal traits: patience, honesty, enthusiasm, loyalty, dependability, and good example. A good leader is intelligent. He or she is not afraid of hard work. A leader earns respect and admiration by using his or her influence wisely. This year's award goes to Amy Hart. Chester Wardrinsky Award. This award will be presented annually to the senior who best displays the spirit, pride, and support of Port Huron High School as displayed by Chester Jet Wardrinsky in his 17 years as principal of Port Huron High School. The winner is Adam Roach. The Tina Sargent Effort Award. This goes to a student who for the last 4 years has overcome some adversities in his or her personal life and in his or her educational experiences at Port Huron High School. But he or she has really worked at the top of his or her ability and has really produced some outstanding work for the teachers. We would like to acknowledge 3 students this year: Sarah Andrews, Del Bullard, and Tim Kelly. The Kiwanis Cochran Memorial Award. This award is presented annually to the senior who displays leadership in promotion of the community and in giving of themselves to others. And this award goes to Amy Hart. The Principal Leadership Award. The last award I will be presenting is the Principal Leadership Award. It is given annually to one senior, and it is so difficult because there are so many of you that could be considered winners. Unfortunately, we can only pick one. This award is a check in the amount of $400 from Mr. Dave Shorkey of Belfort Company, who has been kind enough to donate this amount for this award, and you will receive this check in the envelope today. The winner is Aaron Smith. Congratulations to all our Wall of Fame Award winners. Let's give them all a big hand again. The next award is a presentation of our medallions to our valedictorians and salutatorians. And I'm going to ask Mr. Jeff Stout and Mr. Miller, please take the floor. I'm going to ask the valedictorians to come forward at this time, and Mr. Stout and Mr. Miller will present you with the medallions. Excuse me. Valedictorians. When I call your name, will you please step forward so Mr. Stout can place the medallion around your neck? Amy Hart. Megan Kraft. Adam Roach. Elizabeth Rutledge. Let's give our valedictorians a nice round of applause. Would our salutatorian please come forward? Ryan Westbrook. Let's give Ryan a nice round of applause. Ryan Westbrook at this time will give his salutatorian address.
Good morning. My name is Ryan Westbrook. I can see there are some confused faces in the audience. You might know me better as the guy who didn't go to prom. There was only one guy and it was me. It's a sad time for me, sad time for all of us, because I don't know how many of you realize this. As you sit here today, after all this graduation stuff is done, the dyke won't have a job. So, look, he's outside right now. If you could drop him a nickel or something if you pass by, he'd appreciate it. I thought about giving credit to some people, places, things that have helped me along the way, but I couldn't think of any that I wanted to discuss, and I'm sure the other speakers will talk about those things very well. So I decided to do something that I thought I could do better, and that is yell about the things that haven't helped me. Or just give you a list of things that generally anger me. Some of you might relate. Alarm clocks, mornings, school assemblies, cafeteria food, the student parking lot, terrorist hijackers, the Times Herald, Channel 6, busy work, crowded hallways, strep throats, school buses, school bus drivers, veggie burgers, lockers, school pictures, the heating system, the meat, POD. Wait a minute, I'm not finished. These are the best four. Dentists, clowns, the Colorado Avalanche, and Ozzy Osbourne. Having said that, it is an exciting time because after 12 plus years of high school, you're finally no longer under control of any school. But that's not true, because some of you will go on to be controlled by a university or a community college, and some of you will go on to be controlled by the night manager at Walmart. But wherever you go, chances are pretty good that your life at some point could be miserable. If you want to make a note on your program, this is not the uplifting speech. The other speakers will do that. if you want to take something serious from this program, from what I say, let it be that there is a cause out there to fight for somewhere that you believe in, and if you can find it, fight for it and don't back down. Thank you.
Okay, I've noticed I'm like forever adjusting this microphone up here whenever I have to give a speech, and I guess it's one of the inevitabilities of being short, which everyone has so generously pointed out over the past 4 years. But although in today's politically correct world, I'm not exactly short per se, just vertically challenged. I prefer that term. So this governmentally recognized affliction does have its benefits, however, as I'm sure my short compatriots will agree. I never ever get stuck in the back of a picture, and it's much easier to hide in a crowd. Although throughout these past 4 years, hiding in the crowd has not been something allowed or even encouraged at Port Huron High School, thanks to some wonderful teachers and administrators, we've all had many opportunities to develop our individuality and utilize our potential. And any of us who have ever been in the CRC room, I'm sure we can send Mrs. Stein a great big thank you. In our history-making and somewhat tumultuous last year here at PH, each of us has matured both consciously and unconsciously as we've not only dealt with world crises and planned for the future, but suffered through POD and coped with the senioritis bug. It has passed quickly, and as of last Wednesday, we no longer belong to these hallways. Now that our lease is up and we've been evicted in anticipation of much better things to come, I'd like to offer one simple piece of advice. See the world. Sometimes even a wrong turn in the road can lead to your passion, which is something I pray all of you will find. Just imagine what we could see if we were to jump on that pesky train that always stops us, or one of those freighters that's always going downriver, rather than just watch it steam by. We could see everything. Port Huron has been a wonderful town in which to grow up, but the beautiful water and the friendly atmosphere will always be here. The world is bigger and brighter and more amazing than we can ever imagine, and to limit our life experiences to what one town can offer is a mistake I hope none of us will make. As the saying goes, the world waits for no man. Very true, but in our case, I'm sure Port Huron will make an exception. The philosopher Voltaire also said, "Liberty of thought is the life of soul." Never be afraid of the new thoughts and ideas that come with stepping out. In moving on, however, neither should we forget the wonderful people and experiences of these past 4 years. I was thinking the other day about how much fun this past spring has been, and I started doing some mental tallying. Cap and gown, about $20. Yearbook, $50. Prom on a shoestring budget, $250. And 4 years of school lunches at $1.50 a day for approximately 640 days, $960. Receiving a high school diploma next Wednesday at McMorran Arena is priceless. Aww. The football games, the homecomings, the exams, the history of rock and rolls, go Tina Turner, lunchroom conversations, Bosco sticks, and things that resemble French fries, prom, and finally graduation. These are what have made our high school experience unique and unforgettable. And like I said, these memories will always be here, waiting for us to return. So on your way out this morning, hug your friends and parents, thank a teacher, and savor these last few minutes together. I wish you all the best of luck, underclassmen included. And as you venture out over these next few months, may I make one more suggestion? Pray. You'll be amazed at what God can and is willing to do for you. As a good friend of mine always says, dream big, love deep, and live loud. And never let your fear of the water keep you from crossing the stream.
Excuse me. Good morning. Today, I have the honor and privilege of formally greeting the Port Huron High School class of 2002. Sadly, I'm here to acknowledge the fact that our high school days are coming to a close. However, as most things in life, this journey concludes with the commencement of a new and exciting adventure. A world of opportunity awaits us all, just behind the moon, beyond the rain, somewhere over the rainbow. And I have a visual aid. With graduation nearing, I suddenly realized how closely our lives parallel the Wizard of Oz. Now, I want you to be a good audience and stay with me on this. As high school seniors, we can easily relate to the struggles of the Scarecrow, the Tin Woodsman, the Cowardly Lion, and of course, Dorothy. We are a motley crew, but we have one thing in common. We are all easing down the road of life, each with our own goals and individual desires as our ultimate destinations. We have developed our brains, and we have proven that we have the heart to succeed in a variety of endeavors. It is now time for us to cultivate the courage that will be necessary to find our way down the yellow brick road. Our teachers have been our witches. Some have been impeccably good, and they've served as the gentle forces guiding us toward the most advantageous paths of travel. Others have been conspicuously bad, plotting to challenge us with impossible tests and tedious projects. Mr. Wagner, excuse me. Mr. Willeen has been our wizard, bar none, as he spent the last 4 years maintaining order through thundering loudspeakers and intimidating decrees. And I don't know how anyone could ignore that man behind the curtain. Underclassmen, you have a choice. You may either be the infectiously cheerful munchkins urging us toward great achievement, or you may be the wicked witches, flying monkeys, who were just plain ugly. In the coming weeks, we, the members of the class of 2002, will realize that we're not in Port Huron High School anymore. But as we open the door to Oz, we will be opening our lives to limitless possibility. Yes, there will be lions and tigers and bears, oh my. But there will also be beautiful emerald cities and magic ruby slippers. Be brave and venture into the world, but always keep in mind, there's no place like home. I must take this opportunity to thank a few people because the staff here has been incredible, and I don't think we could have asked for better teachers, administrators, secretaries, or lunch ladies. I also wish to thank my parents. I owe much of my success to their love, encouragement, and words of wisdom. The last 4 years have been truly great, and you are all the best friends that anybody ever had. I feel as though maybe it was all a dream, but it wasn't, because you were there, and you, and you, and you were all there, and I'm glad I had the chance to share it with you all. Thanks for all the memories, and best wishes as you embark on your next journey, wherever the road may lead you.
Good morning. My memories of high school in less than 2 minutes is hard to do. After 4 years of high school, we all have accumulated many good and bad memories. One of my favorite was a fear of garbage cans during cross and track season as an underclassman, as upperclassmen threatened to throw me in garbage cans. I was lucky throughout school not to be picked on too much, but Mr. Wagner made up for that this year. I've been called Poindexter many times, but even I had to laugh at some of the jokes he came up with. Our goal as freshmen was to graduate. We have reached that goal today. Now that we have, we all will take new paths into the future. College, military, jobs, even staying out of jail for some. As we turn to our futures, the knowledge and experiences we have gained will help guide us to our new goals. All of us need to think about the people that have helped us and thank them. Teachers like Mr. Liu, Mr. Wagner, and Mr. Weiss, who have shared the same enthusiasm for math and science that I have, all have provided me with the tools I need for success in college. I would like to thank all of my great teachers here at Port Huron High that have been beneficial with preparing me for the future. I would also like to thank my coaches that have played a major part in my life here at Port Huron High School. Coach Spees and Coach Mosier have trained me for 4 years in running and basketball. They not only provide me with knowledge to perform my best in athletics, but also with many life lessons. It would be very difficult for a person to go through high school alone without friends. I have shared many great friendships over the past 4 years. I will miss seeing the same faces every day, some for 12 years of school as I move on to college. Lastly, I would like to thank my parents. I sometimes take it for granted that I have 2 parents that are always there for me and always willing to help me in any way possible. Their guidance, love, and support are greatly appreciated. With this said, I would like to say goodbye, and as always, go Big Reds.
We have finally made it to the chairs we have seen so many graduating seniors before us sit in. It is in these chairs that we will make one of the major transitions of our lives, from being considered teenage high school students to becoming adults living in and experiencing the real world. As we all depart from Port Huron High School, we depart as equals, with feelings of both excitement and resistance. We leave with excitement because there are so many new experiences and opportunities that lie ahead, we cannot even imagine what the future may hold. We also leave with resistance because of the many memories that exist here, and because what is ahead of us is unlike anything we have ever been through. I would also like to emphasize that every single one of us leaves these chairs as equals. We may be moving in different directions and toward different goals, but we are making this transition into the world around us together. If I could give one piece of advice, it would be this. Do not underestimate what you are capable of. You leave Port Huron High School with the opportunity to pursue whatever path you choose. Follow your lifelong dreams and do not let anyone stop you. With hard work and optimism, you will never falter and you will achieve whatever you set your mind to. I would also like to take this opportunity to say thank you to the many people who have supported and inspired me. To my parents and family, I thank you for the confidence and love that you have instilled in me. Without you, I would not be standing where I am today. To my friends, thank you for keeping me a grounded person and bringing more laughs and fun into my life than you will ever realize. And finally, to my teachers, thank you for all of the lessons that you have taught me, as well as the others sitting here today. They will serve us well both in college and for the rest of our lives. As I leave, a member of the Port Huron High School class of 2002, I would like to say congratulations and good luck to everyone. I would also like you to keep these 2 quotes in mind. Remember the past, live in the present, and look forward to the future. And tomorrow has an infinite number of possibilities.
Let's give them another round of applause as they go back to their seats. I would just like at this time to compliment the underclassmen. You're doing an excellent job up there because I know how hot and hard it is to set through one of these, but this is just one of the things as far as the pride, tradition, excellence we have here. So let's give the underclassmen a nice round of applause. The principal's honor list. At this time, I'd like to present the 3.5 honor students and ask them to stand when your name is called. Please stand and remain standing until all have been called. Please hold your applause until all names are read. These students are wearing a gold cord, and 23 of the 51 are the Academic Scholar Diploma Curriculum student. They have taken the rough, rigorous route throughout the school year, and we're very proud of them. The principal's honors list. Amy Hart, Academic Scholar Diploma. Megan Kraft, Academic Scholar Diploma. Adam Roach, Academic Scholar Diploma. Elizabeth Rutledge, Academic Scholar Diploma. Ryan Westbrook, Academic Scholar Diploma. Stephanie Collins. Joseph Prevost. Angela Pohl. Joshua Grattan. Scott Dwyer, Academic Scholar Diploma. Megan Thompson, Academic Scholar Diploma. Kaylee Bays. Kristen Banker, Academic Scholar Diploma. Danielle Campbell. Amanda Duncan, Academic Scholar Diploma. Melissa Barish. Stacy Thayer, Academic Scholar Diploma. Rebecca Cooley. Tara Smith, Academic Scholar Diploma. Aaron Smith, Academic Scholar Diploma. Glenn Hart, Academic Scholar Diploma. Sarah Lynch, Academic Scholar Diploma. Courtney Alexander. Jennifer Bailey, Academic Scholar Diploma. Brian Nelson. Earl Hanselman, Academic Scholar Diploma. Kara Proctor, Academic Scholar Diploma. Joseph Wisco, Academic Scholar Diploma. Monica Perret. Heron Stanley. Jenny Chapdelaine. Lisa Crimmins, Academic Scholar Diploma. Kara Batchelor. Michelle Lee. Brian Shimon. Amanda Jock, Academic Scholar Diploma. Jessica Albert. Nicole Loxton. Zachariah LaPinta. Brooke Schnurr, Academic Scholar Diploma. Crystal Clore. Danielle Richard. Catherine Simmons. Jessica Evans. Ashley Rose Ream. Scott Atkinson. Crystal Brown. Veronica Mueller, Academic Scholar Diploma. Nicole Selby, Academic Scholar Diploma. Michael Recker. William Shimon. These are recipients of the principal's honor list. Let's give these students a nice round of applause. You may be seated. We preach academics at Port Huron High, and this is indicative of our student body here. And I need to give you some additional information because there's many other students out there that are just doing an outstanding job in academics at Port Huron High. In addition to the 3.5 academic students, we are pleased to announce that our Port Huron High School class of 2002 includes 123 graduates who have qualified for the Michigan Merit Award money. In order to be eligible for this award, students had to earn a level of 1 or 2 rating on mathematics, reading, science, and writing portions of the Michigan Educational Assessment Program, more commonly known as the MEAP High School Test. Each eligible student would receive $2,500 to use towards his or her post-secondary education. The class of 2002 is commended for receiving $307,500 in award money. Congratulations, seniors, on a job well done. Before I have the president of the class to come up here, I wanted to give the Blackneys a gift. One of the highlights, and I'm saying one of the highlights, and Tina told me it's a small highlight, they fly in and they fly right out for senior assembly. They go to Coney Islands, and the highlight is she likes Coney Island hot dogs. So what we're going to do as she eats her Coney Island hot dog, anytime they want to fly in here and give this type of scholarship out, we will pay for her Coney Island hot dog. So this is a lifetime. And with that, we're going to give them a PH yearbook. At this time, I would like the class president, Teresa Orr, to step forward. And as she's walking up here, she has been an excellent class president. We haven't always agreed on everything, and she tells me to do a lot of things most of the time. But I've really enjoyed working with this young lady, and she's kept the pride, the tradition, and excellence that we possess here. With that, the president of your class.
Good morning. Before I get into my speech, I'd like to take this opportunity to thank all the previous class officers who aren't sitting up front today. Danielle Richards, Amy Hart, Amanda Jack, and special thanks to Amber Lauderdale, who got our class off to a great start. We thank you, ladies. Okay. I remember way back on our very first day of high school. We were so nervous we couldn't get out of the car, let alone go into this building. But we got in and immediately knew this was where we belonged. Whether all of us liked it or not, this was home for 4 years. And in it, we've all found our places. Maybe you chose the band, maybe student council, quiz bowl, or supporting our sports teams on game nights. No matter what you chose, it made you an intricate part of Big Red Country. And for the past 4 years, we've made it work. They definitely haven't always been the easiest of times, but they've always been memorable. And no matter who you are, there's a place around here that'll always remind you of your time spent here as a Big Red, whether it's the inside of the Vice Principal's office or the 50-yard line in the football field. So when you're older and all wrapped up in your big blanket looking back and reminiscing about our time spent here together, don't dwell on the hard times. Remember all the good times we've shared. As we pass from these doors to other opportunities, I'd like to thank all of those persons who have made this experience we'll never forget. Although the times have not always been easy, we've become stronger and wiser, and ready or not, world, here we come. Always remember that true friends will stick by you, and life will challenge you and keep you honest. First of all, be true to yourself and always take the opportunity to become more than you ever thought you could be. As we leave these halls, our memories will linger. The faces will change, but like in years gone by and years to come, once a Big Red, always a Big Red. And remember, here you will always have a home. So don't cry because it's over. Smile because it happened. Thank you.
This time I get to introduce some pretty special folks. Each year we have foreign exchange students that join us, and one has gone back right now. I'm going to mention Valentina has gone back to Russia, but we still have 4 with us today. I'm going to call them up. They're going to say a few words, but they enrich our lives. They bring a lot of diversity, a world perspective, and a lot of enthusiasm each day, and it's fun to have them in our building. Hopefully I don't mess this name up, but here we go. Ksenia Bakarasova from Kazakhstan, Anu Lil from Estonia, Mark Olsey from Germany, Sarah Snorbus from Germany. If you 4 could come up and they want to say a few words to you today.
Good morning. Здравствуйте. Меня зовут Ксения Бакарасова. Я из Казахстана. Этот год, я хочу сказать, что этот год был очень удачным и счастливым для меня. Это время было самым хорошим в моей жизни, которое я провела в Порт-Херон-Хай. Я уезжаю через неделю, и я буду очень по вам всем скучать. Спасибо всем большое. Here comes the translation. Hi, I'm Ksenia Sergeyevna Bakarasova. I'm from Kazakhstan. I want to say this year has been a great year for me. Because of all the fun activities and all the events I've come through this year. Looking back, I remember the prom, the homecoming, Halloween and Christmas. This year would have been so fun without all the people I met and all the friends I made. I want to thank you guys for making me feel welcome here at Port Huron High. I'm leaving in a week, and I'm gonna hopefully meet everybody. I want to wish good luck to all the seniors and underclassmates this year and next years. I want to say, let's go Big Reds in Russian. Большие красные вожди, вперед!
olin 4 praegu siin olles ja kanda seda lõpetamisriideid. So that was in my language, in Estonian, and it was, "Hi, I'm Anu from Estonia, and I'm really happy to be here and wear this cap and gown." Wearing the cap and gown is pretty much a movie experience for me, and the whole year has been pretty much like a movie. So I want to thank people who helped me out this year. I want to thank my family, the Schmidts, and my sister Geisha for being a good sister. I want to thank all my teachers for being understanding, all my friends who helped me out this year, my soccer team and soccer coach for being patient with me. Thanks everybody, I had a great time. I'm glad I ended up in PH, although I was here only for 6 months, but I'm really glad. Thanks everybody.
Ja, hallo erstmal. Ich weiß gar nicht, ob Sie es schon wussten, aber mir geht es ziemlich prima. Heute habe ich meine letzte Senior-Veranstaltung. Dieses Austauschjahr war der absolute Knüller meiner gesamten Schullaufbahn. Ich hoffe, ihr schmeißt den Laden okay, wenn ich nach Deutschland zurückgehe. Ich werde euch alle ganz doll vermissen, vor allem meine Lieblings-Cheerleaderin Courtney Warner. And now the American version for those people who are as bad in German as me. Hi everybody, it's been a great year. It's been the greatest year of my whole school career, thanks to those who have supported and helped me to make this time one of the best experiences of my life. It's great to see teachers and administrators work together, with so close together as students, to create an overwhelming school spirit, which I felt as part of the Big Red family. Although I have only spent 1 year in the US, I will always be proud to have been graduated from Port Huron High School in 2002. In my heart, I will always be here with you. I especially would like to thank Tara Starr, my little princess Sarah, and Jessie Gershbach and family. Thank you. Take care.
Hi, I'm Sarah from Germany. When I look back to the beginning of the year, I cannot believe how fast it went by. Coming to America as an exchange student has always been my biggest dream, and now my time here is almost over. I met a tremendous amount of people during my year, teachers and friends, who all helped me to get through the first confusing and more difficult weeks. Especially the teachers and my counselor offered me as much help and support as I needed. Thank you so much for being that supportive and patient with me. Without you, I would have had a much harder time. Soon I started to get used to the school and my life here and started to make new friends. Some of them became really close. Friends who care a lot about me. Friends I care a lot about. Friends that hopefully turn out to be friends for a lifetime. Teachers and students showed me their world at Port Huron High, and I learned a lot. Not only about math and history, but also school spirit and school pride, teamwork and fair play. And one of the most important parts, I learned about myself. I always thought I knew myself, but then I realized that there was so much more to find out, and that it takes a big challenge like an exchange year to discover who you really are. I experienced my year here as the best year of my life. Leaving is going to be very hard because Port Huron High was a big part of it, and friends and teachers gave me the feeling that I belong here. I want to thank all those people who helped and supported me, who cared about me, because they helped my year to become what it was, and that means a lot. Thank you so very much. I'll never forget you and what you did for me. Special thanks to my host family. You opened your house and hearts for me and let me be part of a wonderful family. You are the best that could have ever happened to me. I love you so much. Vielen Dank. Ich werde euch alle vermissen.
As they walk back to their seats, that's what Port Huron High School is all about. The richness that we have here, the pride, is because of all the differences and the cultures. And it's just wonderful to have these students come to us each year and to share the differences and the cultures we have here in Big Red Country. Let's give them a nice round of applause. The Teacher of the Year. Each year, our students nominate the teacher whom they feel is most deserving of the title Teacher of the Year. A selection committee composed of YES club members rates each teacher in the following 4 areas: the ability to relate to all students, fairness to all students, love for the teaching profession, effectiveness of teaching techniques. The votes are then tallied to determine the winner. And this year's winner is Chris Rice. Would you please come up, please?
I can honestly say I never thought that I would be standing here, and I can honestly say I don't ever want to stand here again. But I would like to thank the Yes Club for providing the opportunity to have such an honor, and I would like to thank the students, not only the ones that I have in class that nominated me for this, but also every one of you that I come into contact on a daily basis. As far as the class of 2002, I haven't been here long enough to have experienced the pleasure of having you in my classroom, but I have had the pleasure of meeting you in the hallways and through assemblies and sporting events. And there are no finer people in the world than Port Huron High people. You've heard an awful lot of advice and wisdom today, and as a teacher you probably think that's what I'm going to do, but no. And I was also told I only had like 30 seconds. So I would also like to thank Mr. Westbrook for making the environment a little lighter today, and I'll try to stay along the same line. So here's something I kind of jotted together yesterday to give you something to think about on your ways. This is the last day you'll come through these doors. The years that you've spent here now stand at 4. Memories have been made and books have been lost. Successes and failures have come at a cost. You are no longer teens still looking to play, but now young adults trying to make your way. In a world full of challenge for which you've prepared, many of you will make it just because you dared to accept and conquer things along your path. Those were the reasons for science and math. Formulas and theorems, equations and such. It may take more time before they mean as much as the reading and writing for the rest of the classes. You can now be in the halls, but only with guest passes. So as you proceed down whatever road, be certain you've been prepared to handle the load. While it may seem some time or efforts have been in vain, you know some accomplishments don't come without pain. It's been said we are influenced by the places we've been, and you may not realize it until you hear, "Remember when?" There is now one thing that will remain out of all that's been said. You're a graduate of 2002, and as always, a Big Red. Thank you.
And Chris, I know that she wrote that herself. She's quite a writer. She really is. Amazing. The Greater Port Huron Chamber of Commerce Teacher Recognition Ballot. Each year, the Chamber of Commerce recognizes, honors one teacher distinguished by each high school as having the greatest educational impact on seniors graduating with a 3.5 or better cumulative GPA. The instructor selected by these students as having the greatest educational impact is Mr. Weiss. Come on up, please.
Thank you for the opportunity to make this address. Congratulations to all parents, administrators, staff, and most of all, the class of 2002. How fast time goes by. It only seems like yesterday that you walked in the door of one of the best, no, the best high school around. Port Huron High School, home of the Big Reds. What has your education meant for the last 4 years? Where are you going? Look in the mirror and what do you see? I don't know if any of you ever really took a good look at the sign at the front door, but I think it truly represents what this class stands for. 3 words that I hope you will treasure the rest of your life. The first being pride. Having pride in oneself stems from high self-esteem and those morals and values that your parents and teachers have instilled in you. You walk the halls with pride in yourself, even though situations may not go your way. You have had and will have many highs and lows in your life, and I've witnessed many of these. But you will persevere and succeed. You have already accomplished this with your persistence. Believe in yourself and your ultimate capabilities. You have a tremendous inner power that you must let shine through to yourself and those people around you. Show the best side of yourself at all times. Have Big Red pride in what you are doing, and as I have always said about anything in life, finish the job. The second word, tradition. The tradition is overflowing when you walk into this school. Red and white everywhere, students working hard and earning everything they deserve in all their classes, dedicated professional staff, student activities, sporting rivalries, lasting memories and friendships, and the list can go on and on. Tradition walks the halls every day. You are the tradition. The American way is to help others in time of need and to accept all people. This is part of the home of the Big Red tradition. Students helping and supporting each other. My only wish is that you take a piece of this tradition with you and pass it on. Lastly, excellence. This is the culmination of everything you put forth. Here in Big Red Country, we only stand for a tradition of excellence. Find your passion in life and commit to it wholeheartedly, and people will see your excellence. Demonstrate and present yourself in a manner that says you only stand for quality and have high standards. Expect and deliver nothing but the best. You are an outstanding graduating class from Port Huron High School, the class of 2002, that will leave today with pride, tradition, and excellence, and will only build upon this in the future and make America even a better place to live and grow. I salute you, and again congratulate the class of 2002, and wish each and every one of all the students seated here the very best of what life has to offer. Please do something you will most certainly enjoy, and do it well. May God bless America and you, and as always, go Big Reds.
Thank you, Mr. Weiss. You're beginning to see, for the people that are in this assembly today, and you don't get to watch what we do day in and day out, this is indicative of our staff here. We are a family, and we're very proud of Port Huron High. Let's give those two teachers a nice round of applause. At this time, the class officers, please come on up here. We've got some gifts to give away.
First off, on behalf of the class 2002, we would like to present the school with this permanent backdrop, which will be used for many assemblies to come. We have gifts for all the homeroom teachers, POD teachers, etc., and we'll pass those out at the end. We don't want to take up too much time, but we do have a few gifts for Mr. Haas and Mr. Story, our class sponsors.
They're gift certificates to Red Lobster.
red car for their gift, so they got their red car.
That's why we work together.
At this time, I'd like to present the gavel to the class of 2003 President Liz Miles. As I pass this gavel to you, with it comes the pride, the tradition, and the excellence that your class now must carry on. Good luck to you next year, and in all you do. And as always, go Big Reds.
Thank you, Teresa. I will try and do my best next year. I would just like to say congratulations to all of you, and thank you for showing us what it means to be true leaders. Be proud, for we, as your underclassmen, hope to follow in your footsteps and lead Port Huron High into the year 2003. Good luck in all that you do, and never give up, because you made it. Congratulations.
At this time, the alma mater, the fight song, and the class cheer will be performed. The alma mater will be led by Danielle Richard. The fight song and class cheer will be led by the senior class cheerleaders, if those individuals can come forward. Will the class of 2002 please rise and face the audience?
This
Will the class of 2002 please face forward? Maestro.
The ninth row.
Ladies and gentlemen, class of 2002.